Welcome to the Knockout Zone, the place where boxing is the language that we speak.
The Knockout Zone.
Today I want to talk about Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is one boxer that has gone down in history as a fighter that has never been defeated. But the road towards that record hasn't been easy. There are some fighters that gave him a run for his money, and at some point, some people would even have some kind of controversy around the decision. But nevertheless, the judge's decision is always final, but controversies will always come up. But nonetheless, they still leave Floyd Money Mayweather as the one winner and the man that has gone throughout his boxing career without being defeated. Besides Rocky Marciano, I've never had someone else. We've had so many great champions, but none of them has done what Floyd Mayweather has done. But having said that, I want to reveal three fighters that I believe they almost came to defeating Floyd Mayweather. Number one is Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, he fought against Floyd Mayweather and he was able to catch him with a big punch. So much that the crowd got up and they thought that he was going down. But Floyd Mayweather, being such a wise fighter, it did the right thing, thereby grabbing Shane Mosley and not allowing him a chance to throw another punch. And also, that showed that Money Mayweather is good in taking a punch, because if it were someone else, he would have gone down from that punch, because Shane Mosley is a hard puncher and he had caught him with his best, but Floyd Mayweather didn't go down. But nevertheless, it shook him so hard, and that wasn't the only time. He still came back again and he landed a punch that saw Mayweather bending his knees, but fortunately he didn't touch the ground that the referee would start counting. So what I want to highlight here is that Shane Mosley had a chance at that point of winning, but unfortunately for him, what I noticed was he panicked and he listened too much to the crowd that was chanting, the crowd that was amazed at what was exactly happening at the time, and he wanted to finish the fight right away, and he panicked and he had forgotten that he was up against someone that is so skillful when it comes to boxing. And again, Floyd Mayweather is dangerous because he is an excellent fighter. He knows his game. He is a kind of fighter that is even able to count points for himself. You know, there are some fighters who know how to count points for themselves. They know exactly if they are winning or not. So they will fight you, and towards the end of the fight, they will start running away because they know that they have accumulated enough points for themselves as well. They don't get in the mix right at the end where they could be caught by a punch and be knocked out, having accumulated enough points to win the fight. But some fighters, they cannot calculate that, so they might have accumulated enough points, but at the end of the fight, towards the end of the fight, mainly the last round, they start getting into an unnecessary mix, and then they start swinging punches, and sometimes, unfortunately, the punch lands on them and they lose the fight. So that's what he did, and he was good defensively, and he was good in attack, and he was good in counter-attack. So that is how he was able to outmaneuver Shane Mosley, and he won the fight. Another fighter that gave Mayweather a run for his money was Oscar De La Hoya. You know, De La Hoya, when the fight started, he was so aggressive. And in the eyes of many fans, he was winning that fight. And he kept throwing punches, even though some of his punches were evaded easily by Floyd Mayweather. But nevertheless, the number of punches that De La Hoya was throwing, they were enough to accumulate points for him to win the fight at the end. The only mistake that I saw that De La Hoya made was towards the later rounds, he didn't sustain his attack. Even though he was attacking, but he wasn't throwing enough punches. And that is when Floyd Mayweather took over. and he started jabbing and throwing his punches. You look at Floyd Mayweather, one other thing that he does, he throws punches that will land. He's accurate, and that helps him accumulate points on the judges' scorecards. Therefore, I believe that Oscar De La Hoya, if he had sustained his attack and continued to throw punches, maybe he would have done something differently on that fight. From that point, Floyd Mayweather took over and he started accumulating punches because he's so accurate, like I've just said, he's so accurate with his punches. Another fighter that gave Floyd Mayweather a tough fight was Maidana. Maidana came with the attitude of winning, but I believe it was in the same attitude that led him to losing the fight. He was constantly attacking, but most of the time his punches were missing, and Floyd Mayweather is so accurate. But on the other hand, Maidana was just throwing punches, missing most of the time. That is why I believe that if he had slowed down a little bit, he would have been able to throw punches that would land instead of missing. And because he had this zeal to win the fight so much, so he kept coming forward and coming too close for him to be able to land clear punches. And I believe that is where his mistake was. Otherwise, he would have had a better chance against Floyd Mayweather. So I know maybe you do have other fights that you think they were tough for Floyd Mayweather, but I picked up these three and I said to myself, these are the fights that were very tough for Floyd Mayweather. But even tough as they had been, but these opponents against Floyd Mayweather, they made some mistakes, and they made mistakes against someone who is excellent in boxing. And Floyd Mayweather is not an easy fighter to go against and make mistakes. So that is my list of the boxers that gave Floyd Mayweather a run for his money.